All right. Hopefully we're live and working. What's happening, Fishing friends? Welcome to another live episode. As always, somebody in the comments let me know that we are live and working, so I'm not sitting here talking for 15 minutes and everything's not working because that's not fun.
Cool.
I do see people joining. I think we are good, so I'm going to go ahead and assume we are. I will get some comments here, I bet, in just a couple seconds, but what's happening, everyone? I have the crew tonight. I've seen a couple people say the Three Stooges. Somebody else said the Three Musketeers. Insert whatever you want. We are live and here to have fun talking fishing. So I have with me Fishing with Gramps. What's up, sir? And of course, the man, the myth, the Dizzle down there.
How's it going, folks?
Mr. Randall, how are you, sir?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later, probably.
I knew we'd get on that subject. Well, tonight, so some of you might say Fish with Gramps. You've seen him in the comment section. He supports me all the time, and I figured no better day than today to have Gramps on the show because complete random. It happened to be Iowa versus Indiana today, and I didn't get to see the I didn't get to see the game. Y'all know how it went?
Yeah, we know how it went. It went horrible for one side, and it went great for the other. Apparently, our injured quarterback is still injured or just, not fully up to snuff, but that's Indiana football. We're not a real football school. They try. Like I was telling Debo earlier, everybody in Indiana hopes for Indiana and watches Notre Dame. But, it is what it is.
I kid. I watched it. We were talking about it before. I said, Gramps, I couldn't believe you had the gumption to wear that hat in here on this live stream. He said, "Hey, I got to represent, got to take your licks."
Yeah, it's I relate it to bass fishing. You go into every season with high hopes. Some days you catch the big bass. Some days you take the licking. Sometimes you catch, you catch the dinks. It just is what it is. You just got to be a fan and enjoy it all.
100%. It is what it is. What do you got, Randall?
I just need to ask real quick. I just happened to pull up one of the browsers, and you know how it goes to whatever screen, and there's news flashing. Indiana's freshman running back had the word Indiana spelled wrong on his jersey.
Oh, that'd be funny.
They said it was spelled Indinia.
Whoops.
Yes, it literally it's on there. It's 33. I don't know who that kid is.
Shortly after their publicist got
David
fired
Holloman?
for. Oh yeah,
we must have got hit so hard that it scrambled the letters. I saw a couple of returns for touchdowns on the defense, so it must have been.
It was an interesting game. Yeah, somebody else said Wisconsin lost today too. Yeah,
I saw a forward pass that I was like, that wasn't a pass, that was a fumble.
Yeah, I don't know. We're not here to talk football.
The mercy was out early.
Yeah. I know everybody's not into football. I'm not a huge football guy. I actually like basketball more. But today we're here to talk about fishing. So, of course, we had to have Gramps on today, always supporting me, always in the chats, always hopping on. I appreciate that, man. And so for everybody that doesn't know you and your channel, give us the 30-second elevator speech. What's Fishing with Gramps? Who are you? What are you about? What's going on?
Oh, sure. Well, I started the channel a while back, but I didn't really focus on fishing until just, basically after the big, global things started going on. Back in the early days, my sons and I used to kayak fish a lot. We were always into bass fishing. And my brother and I tournament fished, through adulthood until we started, having kids and had to go do adult things. But I kind of changed the format of my channel and renamed it to Fishing with Gramps last year, kind of as an honor to my grandpa who taught me and my brother how to fish, and as well as the fact that I'm a grandpa myself. So, with the grandbabes and whatnot. But when the big thing hit last year, I had a lot of different people come in and say, hey, we know you used to fish a lot. We know you still love to fish a lot. I've got youngsters. I used to go fishing with my dad or my grandpa when I was little, but I just don't remember all the little things about it. I went fishing, but I don't know about fishing. And so, I had people asking, hey, will you teach us, put up some basic videos and let us know, kind of the tips and tricks that you might have. So I kind of started from there. And I do a lot of that too, but a lot of people, I see my brother in the comment where he's got my dad and him are both watching on the big screen. But veteran recreational therapy is big, and that's one of the other main focuses I have in my channel. My father's a Vietnam vet. My wife and I are both Army veterans. My brother's an Army veteran, and I currently have 3 sons who are serving, who will all be veterans by the end of the year. My daughter, who is the one who didn't, my daughter is the one who didn't want to join the military, except she was considering the Space Force, is going through nursing school. So that's kind of like our family thing. But veteran recreational fishing is really big for me and my brother. I started last year with fishing in a Heroes on the Water tournament. I got into doing some charity stuff like for that, and then as well as the Fallen Outdoors. So every year I do the month-long charity event, and it's a kayak tournament at the beginning of the year, and then the Heroes on the Water, they do it. It starts on 9/11 and then goes for a month. So I'll be participating in that when we get back from Texas. So that's kind of like my 60-second spiel that took 90 seconds, but basic teaching.
I'll charge you for that. I charge by the minutes. That's fine. I'll send you a bill at the end.
Yeah, there we go. But that's me in a nutshell. So I like to talk a lot. I love to fish a lot, and the YouTube is a perfect place to be able to do both.
Oh, damn. Well, I can never have you and Hank Bassgeek on both YouTube chat. Neither of us would talk. I'd have to mute both of you the whole damn time.
I would spend the whole time yelling girth just so he'd have to take a drink.
I did see, man, we got a bunch of awesome people in here. Tackle Junkies in here. My guy Chris Russ, another Iowa fan, Iowa guy here. We got Tom Mixon, Hella Bass. Dude, Hella, congrats on the finish, dude. That was freaking awesome. If y'all don't follow, of course, Fishing with Gramps, was saying he does have a YouTube channel, and that's how, we kind of met, him supporting me. Same thing with Hella Bass. He just said, sup, Gramps. Follow Hella Bass. Rich actually just placed second in the, I don't know, what is it? BSS Northern Open Invitational deal, where he said his next one is he's got the Nationals or whatever. And then if he wins that, potentially could get into the Bassmaster Classic, I think he said, which is freaking awesome. I've got his support the whole way. So if there's anything I can do for you, Rich, let me know. I don't know if I can, but dude, that's freaking awesome, man. Love to see that. We got my guy Fat Boy Fishing in the house, Dwayne, Sphinx. We got a ton of people. So tonight I figured we'd talk some good fishing deals. It's Labor Day weekend. What kind of deals are there? I know I've ordered a couple things. I know Fishing with Gramps posted some stuff. So I figured we'd kind of go through and talk deals. And anybody watching, feel free to help anybody else out. Anything we don't go over, feel free to list your own stuff in there. I'll try to get to comments and stuff if there's stuff that I've missed. For example, I know I actually just ordered right before this. I saw Bill Lewis. So, the original Rattle Trap had 40% off. So I bought
Is that on Tackle Warehouse?
No, like on the actual Bill Lewis site. So if you go to Bill Lewis, it's I think Labor Day 40. Double check that, but just go to their site and check it. I got Dizzle and I some lipless cranks to throw around and get snagged in 10 casts from the bank. But grabbed a few of those. I think they had the shirt that was like on sale for $10. I think like it just says Rattle Trap or something like that. I'm a shirt junkie, so I did that. But that was the first one. Gramps, I know you partnered up with American Legacy, and they've got some deals, right?
Yeah, the biggest thing that's going on, especially I know Hella Bass is going to like this. They got 25% off of Dobbins rods, and I'm a big lover of Dobbins rods. I agree with a lot of what Gary Dobbins does. He is huge in supporting the veteran community, which is where my brother and I both, kind of fell in love with what they do as well. So American Legacy Fishing's got 25% off on those, and they've got, I think, 20% off on the Shimano SLX line of rods as well, which are, for a lot of our beginner anglers out there, those are really good rods to get started with as well if you don't want to fork out, more money, but it's a great way to save some money on those. So, and then I think I saw 20% off of P-Line and then 10% off of the stuff that they have used, which is what a lot of people really love American Legacy Fishing for, is their trade-in program, and then buying stuff that, I bought 2 or 3 used reels from them, and they look brand spanking new. It's amazing. So it's pretty cool what they've got going on right now.
Yeah, they got a bunch of cool stuff. G-Fan, another good supporter of the channel. I don't know about the buy one, get one, but I think they had the Gill like, the gill fishing gear. I think that was
Yep.
20% off. I think I saw when I looked over there. I think it was actually Sunline, not P-Line, that they had for sale.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Because the Sunline in the blue box, I forget about that. I forget to tell people that. Let me bring it up here. I actually brought Tackle Warehouse up because, of course, partner with them this year.
Oh, yeah.
They have the 15% off on pretty much anything. And the one thing with
there's
Tackle
something
Warehouse,
about shipping too, yeah.
I think they have the free shipping always is the 49 or whatever, $50.
Yeah.
Anything over that, which their shipping finally caught up. I know that was one kind of gripe with me as well, is like, I didn't want to put anything in there and pay the extra 2-day thing because shipping was like 4 weeks out, but I think they finally fixed that. I guess they were just short of staff. I don't really talk to them much or anything. So I don't know. I don't work for them or anything. People were asking me questions like, hell, I don't know. But I know they've got the 15% off, but let me just show that real quick here, because the Sunline stuff that we're talking about that's on sale, 20 or 25% off the Sunline. And let me share my screen here because y'all can't see right now, and I forget to do this. Microsoft Edge share. Can you all see that now? There we go. When you go to Fishing Line and go to Sunline, I actually haven't tried much of the Sunline stuff. I know Tackle Junkie Jim recommends this stuff. I did grab a thing of that a while back. I haven't used it yet. But the fluorocarbon that I've used from them is this. If y'all get a chance to try some of this, I think they had it on sale for, I don't remember what over there. I want to say $15, so it might be about the same. But this is the stuff in the blue, the super fluorocarbon, super soft. I thought it was really durable, and it's kind of different because they go 12, 14, 16. So I actually like the 16 the best. But this stuff was, I got it when Gander was going out of business for, I think, $5 a spool for 16 and 20 pound, or $4 a spool, something like that. It was awesome. I absolutely loved it. So I would recommend that. I wouldn't hesitate on that at all. Liked it a lot.
I know I picked up actually some. I didn't pick up nearly as much as what you did at when Gander went out of business, but I know I did pick up some. They also have that the P-Line Halo fluorocarbon, the co-fluoro green mist.
Yeah, the copolymer stuff. Yeah, that stuff is good.
I actually really like that. It's got a good feel to it. It's I think the strength of it was always pretty good from, the little bit, the spool that I've used and torn off and put new on already.
You couldn't do it the whole time, Gramps? I don't blame you. I would have taken that trash off too.
No, somebody asked, who had the sale, so I had to point it out and tell them.
You're gonna lose friends wearing that other hat, so I don't know. Take that off. I'm kidding. So leather stocking.
I catch more from Purdue fans than anybody, and then those Kentucky Wildcats who can't take it.
Oh, right. Leather stocking angler with the donation. Yeah, and anybody that donates, crap, I didn't even go over that. Well, any of you Fairweather fans that just jumped in and left, you're going to miss out. Completely forgot to go over, and hold on, I figured out how to do this. Let's see here. Solo layout. Boom. I've got one of these left. This is a signed DEBO'S Fish and Lure, if I can get it here. There we go. This is a pink holographic yellow, one of a kind I did, a little one-off. Kind of a splatter, a little bit different, kind of hard to see, but it is like a holographic reflective blank deal. I'm giving that away, and I'm just going to do like a kind of a goodie bag of baits and stuff, because I've got a pad and paper here. I am behind like a month on some other giveaways. So this Labor Day weekend, that's my goal, is to get every single giveaway that's outstanding packaged up, done, and out on Tuesday. I know I've got another order on my my fishing lure site I haven't got to yet. I will get to your order if you're watching tonight. So anybody that is still on at the end of the stream, I'm going to do like, I think I'm going to try to do the thing that Gramps showed me and put like a hashtag giveaway thing on here. I still haven't done it yet, but somebody's going to get, the lure and a grab bag of stuff because I appreciate y'all and love y'all watching, and it's the least I can do to try and give a little bit back.
Man, I've got to go order some of those. Not that I want to throw them, but I just like collecting stuff to put up here. My brother actually, where is it at? Up here. This is a bunch of lures that my grandpa had in his tackle box.
Oh, that's awesome.
My brother gave me this for his birthday. And then my grandpa's name is his nameplate from his mailbox is actually up in that.
Oh,
So
that's sweet.
I like collecting, you know, older stuff, cool stuff like that too. But I mean, some of your paint stuff is just so awesome. I gotta get in and order some of that. That's really cool.
Yeah, I think actually somebody ordered my last lure, so I've got another drop hopefully coming next week. Anybody that's looking to buy stuff,
Man,
I'm gonna try to
you're gonna
pay
make a
that off.
killing during Christmas time because when we can't fish.
I don't know if I can keep up, man. It's with the family and job. I can't keep up. I'm gonna teach Randy how to sling some paint, and I'll lock him down here in the basement and just throw you food and water and make you paint all day.
Yeah, the
I was
next
gonna
6
say, you
cents
need to
starting up right here.
you need to teach old Mr. Stubbs how to get his little paw
I
on that
wish. He
sprayer.
needs to start earning his keep around here. So Gramps, let's try to do some questions back and forth. Actually, sales. So we did Tackle Warehouse, American Legacy, Bill Lewis. Who else did I see? There was one more I was going to say that I saw had a really good deal. Crap, I should have wrote those down. Somebody else had a good one. Well,
Mr.
Randy Arnberg in the house.
Summer deal. 6 Cents is having a summer deal that's up to 60% off. It doesn't say
that was it.
what.
That was it. Yeah, I just did a 6. Yep. You can't see the box right there. I just did a 6 Cents unboxing. There's summer clearance, and then if you use Baxter the Baitman's code, if you go check out my video, I think it's just Baitman, you can get almost like 70% off on a lot of their stuff. So I just did an unboxing of that I picked up a little while ago. There's still stuff left over there, but yeah, I mean, 6 Cents has some awesome stuff. Use his code in conjunction with the clearance, and you can get some really good deals.
I just got in their big pack of those hooks. I mean, and those are some good quality, solid hooks that they threw in that little bag for. I mean, it was like $25 for a bunch of them.
Dang, I didn't even think of looking at. Oh yeah, Dwayne.
They had a whole bundle of them. It was really cool.
Randy Arnberg, sir, thank you for the donation. If you have a question or anything, make sure to leave that. We'll get to that. Dwayne Covert, Hookup was one that I did see. Hookup Tackle has 15% off. Go check out their page. I don't know if there's a code or anything, but my guy Philip Cheek, another huge supporter of the channel. He, like I've said, he funded our whole project Blueback, which is going to be all about the blueback herring that I still need to do, sir. And I owe you a box of goodies. But anyway, he said Sportsman's Outfitters has a good sale. I know he's always into the sale deals with me. What were you going to say, Randall?
I just got to go back just one real fast, quick second. These things are awesome. Sorry I had to steal a couple from you, but
dude,
these bags are like, you wouldn't even, I can't even describe how full of stuff this bag is. And then I have a second bag. So I've really tried to figure out what or how to organize my tackle. And that's one thing that I've really kind of always struggled with. So what I'm doing, and I think I probably have a pretty good grasp on it now, is this sounds a little redundant, but I have the plastic clear bags filled with the different types of, soft plastics.
Yep.
And then what I'll do is I'll grab what I think I probably may need, and I'll throw them in one of these. And then, I have a couple of, actual tackle boxes to throw like terminal tackle in if I need some crankbait, stuff like that. And then everything else stays in my vehicle in a big tote. And I have everything there. If I have to run back to, and get something new, I can definitely do that. But I think this is going to be a good way of doing things. And like I said, those bags, even stuffed to the brim, this one is like full. That will slide into the top of the Red Gills bag I've been using this season.
Yeah, I like those bags a ton as well. Here's a good one. So for all of us, we're going to try to get into some questions too. So we'll talk deals. We're going to talk lures, gear. We're kind of going to go all around tonight. Camp Waffle Stomper, another good supporter. She actually is a good supporter. I actually saw her first on the Burley channel, but she said, rod grips, cork versus foam versus wind. Man, there's all kinds. What's your favorite? For me, honestly, it just depends on the rod and how it feels. I don't have like a personal preference. I like all of them as long as it feels good and right, if that makes sense.
Agreed.
How about you?
To an extent. I will say I don't want a full handle. I don't want a full grip of handle. Does that make sense? I want
the
a
split
split handle grip. Yep. And I will say, I was trying to look it up real quick. What that new? I think it's the 13 Fishing Fate V3 casting rod. These things have, yeah, the white one. So I'm trying to see if there's like a specific name to the grips that are on there. But this thing is, I hate to say, the grip is horrible on there.
Yeah, you said that.
It wants to be a wind grip. It really, really wants to be a wind grip, but it feels, if you get any moisture on it whatsoever, it just feels like you're gonna cast it and it's just gonna go. You know, I'm not comfortable casting it with wet.
Caution, slippery when wet. It's like
Exactly.
It's like a pool outside, whatever the hell they call that. Anyway, yeah, good joke, people. Kyle Skaggs, another supporter of the channel. Hey guys, love the 6 cents bags for plastics. Shout out to Dizzle, the War Eagles strike again. Kyle killing it on the War Eagle jigs. Kyle, thank you so much for the 20 bomb. If you have a question, and anybody else, if you've got a specific question or anything, thank you all so much for donating. You do not have to donate to be entered into the giveaway, so I don't want you to think that. But anybody who donates, appreciate it a ton. It goes to shipping these giveaways and all that kind of stuff out for other gear, all kinds of other stuff. Helps support me too. So I appreciate you all a lot. Kyle, thank you very much for the 20 bomb. My guy, Philip Cheek, there he is, still supporting me. Dude, you have done enough. You don't need to. Dobbins Sportsman's Outfitters has Dobbins on sale. Sorry. Oh, autocorrect. Okay. Yeah, dude, Dobbins, they make some great rods. I had the Furies and then the Champion, the blue one, whatever the Champion.
It's the Champion XP, yep.
Yeah, Champion XP. I haven't caught a fish on it yet, but that rod is slick. And then I actually just got another Dobbins. We'll see if anybody can guess that later. I got another Dobbins that I've been wanting to try. Hellabass actually was talking to me about it, and I finally picked one up. Oh, then I have the Fred Rumbanus one, the crankbait square bill. Love that rod, but he said it's basically the same as the Champion XP.
That's the Champion XP. They just made it green. Yeah. And for anybody looking to save some money on a Champion XP quality rod, the on Dobbins' site, those are marked down to like 170 versus the 240 I think they normally are. I guess Fred was like, we're not going to sell any more green rods because I guess it wasn't as big a hit they thought it would be. So if you're wanting a quality Champion XP rod for like $170, and you might want to check and see if they're having a sale as well. I know ALFC has them marked at 25% off as well, but it's basically a Champion XP. Now, why do I have some? Because I have a black and green boat, kind of goes and flows. And I was actually thinking about getting that one as a crankbait rod as well.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I had one day where I did really well with it, and I've used it since then. I didn't catch any the other day I used it, but I love that rod. Absolutely love it. John Hancock, another great supporter. Not the John Hancock, I don't think. I don't think he's still alive, but
Herbie Hancock.
Herbie Hancock. John Hancock, another good supporter. He said those 6 cents bags are awesome. Favorite's having a sale too. And actually, I just saw another supporter of the channel, Mr. Fishing the Southeast, said, I think it's 50% off favorite rods. He had a 65 dink day. Man, I wish I'd have cut 65 dinks.
Man, those are the best days ever.
Dude, I love that. John, thank you so much for the donation, sir. I appreciate you. Let's see, do we get any other questions coming in before we switch over and pick some random questions? Let's see. Oh, Venom Lures. Yes, Terry did throw that up there, I saw. Venom Lures has 30% off, so it must be Labor Day is the code. I haven't used... I think, does Venom Lures have tubes? I think their tubes are the only thing I've used, and I like them.
Oh, okay.
I think I maybe used a lizard, some sort of creature bait, maybe. I got it in a something. I don't know.
Do you guys like my glass tonight? The wife made some sort of orange tropical punch stuff, and I asked her to get me a glass of it, and she laughed and gave me this. It's like her high heel shoes glass. She's like, you won't use that on live. I'm like, oh, you don't know me very well, honey. I'll use it proudly. Okay, so fall transition's starting to go on. I figured you're obviously over in Indiana. What is working for you? I don't know how far south of me you are. Like whereabouts in Indiana, like north to south.
I'm pretty far down towards the bottom,
Okay.
pretty close to Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh wow. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like right between Indianapolis and Louisville, so down a little farther south, not all
Yeah.
the way to southern Indiana, but we call it the hilly parts because when you get up north, it's flat as can be.
Okay.
But I mean, what's been working lately, whew, man? It just
Yeah.
really
So
depends.
what's been going on in your area? You're a little bit farther south. I know we're just starting to see that fall transition. We've got the nights that are getting down
Yep.
in the 50s. We had, I mean, just a few days back it was 90, and then we had a couple 80 days, and then 75, and today it was like a high of 67,
Yeah.
something like that. But we're getting, the lows in the 50s, and that's where you start to see that fall transition happening. So for us, it's just barely touching.
Yeah, we just really had this first
on?
week of cooler weather and cooler nights. It's been raining a lot. It's actually raining through tonight and probably through noon tomorrow. So my brother and I are hoping to get out and hit some of that afternoon bite to see really what we may be. I got out on the water the other day, and I hate it when you look at bass forecast and it's exactly what it told you it was going to be tough. And I mean, I had little bitty dinks chasing a chatterbait, and I threw a jig at everything. And like I said, the only bite I got was just before I got off the water. So I think these fish are still, at least around here and in this body of water, it's normally just full of dinks. It's someplace I can go and normally catch a ton of fish, but it was brutally tough. And it's not someplace I fish a lot. I was just trying to do some videos around the boat that I was working on. I've got a boat video coming out tomorrow, but hopefully a place I'm taking my brother to tomorrow, we should be on them. It's a place I caught that 21-inch fish last month in that big weekend brawl tournament that I was in. I call it my little Lake X hidey hole that hopefully will produce some decent fish. So I'll be throwing my chatterbait. I'll be slowing down, throwing a jig, and there's some spots for a frog too. So that's kind of like my primary pick. Are they moving fast or are they still slow? So I'll have a little bit of everything ready to go, but we shall see. But realistically, I think the fish are still chasing those little shad spawn that are getting a little bit bigger. I'll probably downsize my chatterbait a little bit to some smaller swim baits, and might even go with that chatterbait stealth just to have a little bit smaller. And I know my brother, he's going to be throwing his worm and probably throwing some crankbaits. And between the two of us, we should figure out something and hopefully be able to put together a little pattern and get on some.
Nice. Now I was going to ask you, I know you throw the chatterbait a lot. Is that like your big confidence lure, chatterbait?
It is. For years, I was a Terminator spinnerbait throwing dude. I mean, that was my thing forever, between a spinnerbait and a jig. And it's like my brother were always kind of like the 1-2 punch kind of guys. He was always throwing a Texas rig worm, and I was throwing the fast movers in a jig. So between us, we'd figure out what they wanted. But I'll probably also be throwing a tube quite a bit too, just because it doesn't seem like a lot of people these days are throwing a tube a lot. And I caught I caught a 5-pounder just laying that thing along a log at the last bit of a tournament that I was fishing in, and ended up really helping me out a bunch. And that was my biggest fish of the year until I caught that 21-incher. But us kayak guys, we always talk about fish in reference to length versus
that's funny,
versus pounds. But I always try to measure them both ways, just to kind of put it out there for both worlds. It was 5 point whatever. I think that one was like 5 1/4, and then 21 inches long. But that was a really cool fish.
Nice. Now, do you have? Would you say do you do much finesse fishing or no? Is your finesse a small jig?
Realistically, I will throw a smaller jig over anything else. I like those little finesse jigs. Randy will love this. The Googan Squad little juicy jigs with the bandito bug on it is like my confidence. If I'm flicking a jig under something, that is the one that seems to catch me everything. I could skip it anywhere. The action seems to always be great, and it just flat works. I mean, I've got 6 inch. I've got jigs from many places, but just that little juicy with the bandito bug on it seems to tear them up for me.
Randy loves that jig.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, I thought it was a decent jig when I used it those couple of times. I'm just looking to see if I have
While you're looking, I'm just going to say,
here.
Mr. Randall Williams solely with the donation said any sites have Minners on sale. Thanks for the sale info. Manners. There was somebody, Mr. Sully, you're going to love the video. It's the video from today, so you'll probably see it next week or the week after, because I've got a few videos before then from the last couple weeks saved up. But there was an old boy today throwing Minners, and this old boy didn't care about anything I really had to say. He just wanted to keep creeping closer and talking about anything and everything. Old boy was probably, I don't know, 80. What do you think, Randy? 80 something?
Yeah, well, I would say mid to upper 70s probably.
Mid 70s, maybe 80.
Maybe pushing 80, yeah.
Yeah, old boy had his grandkids out there, and he just wanted to keep walking closer to me, talking, slinging his Minner and Bob right on top of me, like, pretty much.
Look at Mike Christian's comment. That's the best one yet.
Well, I'm a bit behind.
He said he's got some leftover minnows. He'll ship them for free.
No guarantee they'll be alive.
They'll be ready for the pizza by the time you get them.
So, real quick, you were talking about micro or smaller jigs. So this is literally just a basic 3/8 this way. War Eagle. This black and blue. So this is how it actually comes. I haven't done anything with that. But what I like to do, especially this time of the year, is I like to take it and this is a quick one, but I cut it down. I cut the skirt down quite a bit, you can tell.
Oh, yeah.
So that one little long string there is how long the actual there. So that long string is how long they actually are, and then pair that up with that Rage trailer. Is that what it's called?
The Rage Bug, yeah.
Yeah, and these things it's just so small, tiny, and compact. I have major confidence in that, and I don't usually like to take the time to doctor up my jigs just because I'll burn through 78 jigs in 45 minutes, because they just get snagged all the time. But really, I think if that's something you want to do, that's easy enough. If you don't have a smaller jig, cut the skirt down a little bit, find a small trailer, or tear part of the trailer off,
Well, and I was thinking about this today, what I wanted to fish tomorrow when I was kind of getting stuff together. I picked up some of those little 6 cents finesse jigs that they have that look kind of really just like what you just showed us. And I want to really try out, based on your guys' recommendations, those Reaction Innovations baits. So like the Sweet Beaver and some of those. So I think that tomorrow will be, I know I can catch them on the Rage Bug and Little Juicy, but I'm, trying to play with all the brands. So I think tomorrow that was going to be my combo, was those little 6 cents finesse baits with, some of the Reaction Innovations baits.
Yeah, if you have some of those little smally beavers, the little 3.5 inches, they don't have any action. So for me, those have been better like in colder water.
Yeah.
But I know just flipping the regular Sweet Beaver, I mean, I've caught big fish, in the dead heat of summer, flipping that up in the middle of bushes and stuff. So
yeah, I've got that new jig rod I've got to test out and do the thing with. So I can't wait to have that in my hands and really really put it to work. I caught that one fish on it last night, and I was like, I literally felt like I felt that bass inhale that bait. And I'm like, I'm playing it with equipment that I never expected to be this good. I'm like, oh boy, I'm gonna be in trouble.
we got all kinds of awesome people rolling in.
Hold on one quick second here, Debo.
Okay, what do you got?
Two different versions of your beavers.
Go back.
Debo, here's the Smalley beaver.
Just pull back and show them both next to each other. Yeah, towards your face. Pull back towards your face.
Oh, there we go. So now
there we go.
You can see the length and the girth.
Yeah, I really like the Smallies, and Debo had never heard of them until somebody was introduced them.
I will confess, I only for the longest time used the 4.2 inch, the regular Sweet Beavers. Randy's like, they have the Smalley Beavers for like finesse stuff. I'm like, no, they don't. Yeah, it throws me a sack. I've always just used the 4.2 inch, but man, we got tons of people on. Gabe's in the house. Gabe, I'm gonna get with you. You need to get on my show next week or the week after. I know you said you were gone, whatever weekend that was. So, brother, you need to hop on because I want to talk to you and pick your brain on some stuff. Another aluminum kayak fisherman. Let's see, who else do we have? Sean Z was one I wanted to call out. He said, "Get the flukes out. It's almost time."
Yep.
Yes, it's about time to start tossing the old flukes. Matt
I love
Flanagan.
Sean when he sits in streams because he gives such good advice.
Mac, you need to hit me up. I don't know if you have Instagram. You need to hit me up on Instagram.
Yes.
Dude, I want to do a whole this or that episode, and you're always the this or that guy that I freaking love. So Mac with the 10 bomb, this or that. I love these. Okay. Happens tomorrow, he says. Here's the questions. Catch an Iowa State record or get 500,000 subs. Ooh, damn.
Big. You catch the state record, the other one's coming.
I think I'd honestly go, well, it depends on what kind of subs it is. If they're quality people that like, because the crappy part about YouTube is like, you have to have some of these crazy videos and crazy titles and like certain things for YouTube to share your stuff. Like it's a weird algorithm. Like if I could crack that and figure that and get good, legit people that actually like my stuff are going to support, I'd go 500,000. But if it's just 500,000 random people, no way. I'd go Iowa State record. See, the problem with catching the state record is I know it would be a fluke for me. So people be like, "Oh, teach me how to catch the big ones," and I'd be like,
Go watch all these videos.
Yeah, go watch these other guys. How about you guys? Catch your state record or 500,000 subs? What would you do?
Well, the Indiana state record's like 13 or 14 pounds.
Oh, dang.
Somebody had to transplant that from somewhere down south because that's not a northern strain bass. But I would definitely take the state record. I mean, that would just that's my whole life right now. I love catching lots of fish, but my only goal in life is to catch the next big one. So, I mean, that's
Always
just
is.
me.
Always is. Randall, how about you?
I'm going state record hands down.
You could have had state record today. We'll never know. We'll get into that more here in a second. I thought Randy might throw all of his gear in, kick me in. Who knows? Anyway, it was a funny day. More frustrating, unnecessary amount of snags / lost lures or not catching fish. If I'm catching fish and snagging and losing lures, I'm okay donating lures.
Yep.
If I am not catching fish, I'm probably still going to get snagged and lose lures. So it's for sure not catching fish. I hate, especially being somebody trying to make content. When I only have a certain number of days a week, I can get out and catch fish anyway. And then I burn one of those days and having a skunk or like catching 2 fish. Ugh. How about you guys?
So I'm just a little bit, I'm a smidge different than I think you, Debo. I mean, for me and you, especially like through the week at least, I'm not even going to listen to you say words. During the week, you are a guy that is like, if I'm going to go out fishing during the week, I'm going to make an event out of it. I hold true to that motto, like an hour to fish. Like seriously, I drove 30 minutes the other night to go fish for an hour, and it was worth it, because it was somewhere I felt like is, one of my confidence places. I can go, I can usually catch a decent fish out there or catch, some more smaller ones. So I think losing the lures, because like I said, usually when I'm going out fishing, it's for a short period of time.
Okay, that's fair enough. Gramps, how about you?
To me, losing baits is, it's kind of like if you fish soft plastics, you're going to wear them out. You're not going to be used anymore unless you're going to melt them and do them again. To me, it's just, being a jig fisherman, I'm always getting hung up in something. It's part of it. I fished for 4 hours the other night to catch one fish. And then I was happy because when you get to that point where you're like, oh, let me get on Instagram and post this nice sundown picture, because we all know what that means.
We all know what the sundown pick is.
But hey, I found that one last sucker just before I got off the water, so I got to follow my sundown pick up with a nice little 1.5-pounder to make. I always say it's time on the water, time fishing, is time well spent. We don't always catch them, but I also realize a lot in life, just being outdoors, being around and near the water and in nature, to me, it's not work anymore. I used to be one of those guys that get mad after fishing tournaments if I didn't do well. And it took me a long time to kind of reprioritize my life. And my wife was a big part of that. So now that I enjoy my time on the water, I don't take tournaments seriously. I call it playing in derbies these days versus, used to treating it like a job. And since I made that change, it's changed everything about the way I fish. It makes fishing much more enjoyable. And I realize that we're out on God's green earth doing our thing and having a good time. And that's mellowed me out in my old age.
Dude, it's saved me mentally, like, especially the past, year and a half, almost 2 years now. Like, people don't talk enough about, the mental part of, what everybody's going through. And for me, it's been a huge struggle. Losing a family member, just everything going on. My head's been in some crazy places. So, just being able to get out and fish and talk to you all and do fishing stuff, anything to get my mind off of, reality for a little bit helps a ton. So, Mike dropping the donation bomb. Mike, thank you, sir. He said, go Hawks. Oh, Grande Bass has a 25% sale off. Labor Day 21 must be their code. So go hit up their website. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. Always appreciate you, sir. Another good supporter. And here, this is actually a perfect lead in to the day. Bucket Mouth Junkie. What's up, fellas? Anybody do any fishing today? So we'll give a quick recap. Gramps, you didn't fish today, did you?
Nope, I'm going out tomorrow and Monday.
Okay. So Mr. Randall and I fished today. Found a few good fish. It started out slow. I thought we were going to get on some frogfish. Didn't happen. I caught a super dink on one of my custom cranks. Posted that on Instagram. He was a very ambitious little dude. And then we found a few more at a fishing hole. I caught what my average would have been like 2 3/4 pounds would have been my average. So it's a pretty good average. Randall, how about you? How'd your catch go, or lack thereof?
So I mean, I think I probably ended up catching 5 fish. My average wasn't that high. My average could have been much higher. I started out throwing. It was a War Eagle spinnerbait, just a small War Eagle, and for whatever reason, one of the first lakes we stopped at was really grassy, really weedy, stuff like that. So I took the stinger hook off because I was like, maybe this will run through the junk a little bit better. So stinger hook still off, just a basic spinnerbait, throwing it out there. And I hook onto, if I had to guess, it probably would have been my PB. It was a monster toad. At first I thought it was probably like a big catfish or like maybe a foul hooked a carp, because it was just staying down. It wasn't coming up, anything like that. And what would you say, Debo? I said maybe less than 7 feet from the shore. This fish, I saw it come up, and it looked at me, and it just did this really quick little move that just gave it just enough slack in that line to just spit the hook and let it go. And like, I couldn't even. I usually try to be quiet on the lake, especially if I get really frustrated, but I may have yelled out something, but it wasn't like a word or a phrase or anything like that.
It sounded like a Bigfoot screech. Y'all ever seen the videos of like people doing Bigfoot howls? That's what happened. And I come around the corner. I thought he might have gotten hurt. And I come around there looking, and he's just like, I'm like, well, I just turned around and kept walking because I knew exactly what happened.
Yeah, and then so that one was probably a PB, and then we started figuring out the pattern a little bit at that point in time. It was submerged water, and on the backside, or submerged grass.
Caught all of our fish in submerged water under it.
Yep, submerged water.
Every single fish we caught was underwater. It was crazy, dude. Awesome pattern.
Okay, never mind. And then same thing happened again. This one wasn't as big, but if I had to guess, it was probably solid 4.5, maybe would have been 5, but same deal. Wasn't coming up. I was throwing a jackhammer at this point in time, jackhammer chatterbait. And the crazy thing is, I told Debo, I was like, dude, you remember when you picked this up for me at Gander? Because they were $4 at that time. Something
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Stupid price, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't want to throw it because they're what, 17, $18 now if you go buy a new one. And this thing bit onto it, and same thing, just that one little quick move. I don't know if I was switching from pulling on my right side or pulling on my left side, and it did the opposite. It zigged when I zagged kind of thing and lost that. And I almost threw the whole combo in the water at that point in time.
I kept
it's one of
trying to
those,
cheer him up. Yeah, I kept trying to cheer him up, and he was at the point where he would just say profanities at me because he was so pissed. So I was like, okay,
and Debo
Randall's
sticks like
upset.
a 3. It was 3.5, something like that.
Yeah, it was like 3 1/4. Oh, Randy, I still love you, buddy. We got all kinds of good questions coming in. So, okay, Fishing the Southeast said, this or that, jig or T-rig. So here's the deal. If y'all have some fun this or that questions, leave those in the comments. We'll try to do some. For me, for sure, it's going to be a T-rig. That's one of my top 3 confidence baits. You know, fishing from the bank for so long, it just became a necessity for me. You know, Dad would go out and he showed me how to fish a Texas rig worm, and he would always destroy them on it. And then it got to the point where I was just using it out of necessity, fishing the small lakes and ponds and stuff, growing up fishing, because otherwise I was just getting snagged all the time. So, and it's still one of mine today. I fish the T-rig over a jig.
For
We already
me,
know Randy's answer.
if I'm fishing from the bank, I'll say T-rig. But if I'm in the kayak or the boat where I can skip a bait under a dock or under an overhang, things like that, that's, you know, when you have that combination of a bait that skips over the water a lot easier and being able to shoot it under things, that's when I go jig and, you know, like a bandito bug or kind of that way.
I will say if a Texas rig, or I'm sorry, this would be a Jordan fadeaway, if you could get your jig to be a little bit more versatile like a T-rig would be, because you know you can throw anything on a T-rig. You can't really throw anything on a jig, and that's the only downfall of a jig is you're going to look like a God, what are they? I can't even think what they're called. Crayfish, crawfish, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, but jig though.
Crawfish. Michael, another good supporter. Man, we got all kinds of awesome supporters. You all are too dang kind to me. Michael in the house said it was a dinktastic morning, square bill and a swim jig. Nothing over a pound for me. Dude, you're in good company. I've had those days. There was a day, I don't remember what day that was. I couldn't catch anything over a pound. Like it was like I laughed. It was so funny. I mean, that's usually when you laugh, but I laughed inside because it was like, oh, Debo dink, haha, and I kept catching Debo dinks. I'm like, damn, I really only do catch dinks.
I actually picked up a good one on the swim jig last night. It was probably 2.5, 3 pounds, something like that. I need to take a picture, or I need to do my picture up and stuff and put that on Instagram. But yeah.
Yeah, when that grass starts dying off, it's going to be a game changer.
Yep.
Find the grass, find the bass. It's all going to die off here soon. And
yeah. Then we'll all be fine wood, pitch wood.
Yeah, I'd wood, pitch to wood. What else? Where's all of our this or that questions? Here we go. Nathan Hovey. This or that, top water or crankbaits? Oh man, top water for sure. I like crankbait fishing, but top water frog all day for me.
I'm a buzzbait guy, so I got to say top water.
I mean, you can you really say which one of these? I'm going crankbait. I mean, they're two totally like this or that is a great option for this because it is two this or that totally different type of options.
Yeah, it actually is this or that, top water or crankbait. That's crazy.
Yep.
This or that.
Now, we were talking about sales, and I don't know if this one is still going on, but I want to, during the last Monster Bass live stream, they got in a bunch of these waterproof boxes that's got that D-ring seal around it, and they were doing like a buy one, get one there for a minute. So you might want to check and see if that's still going on, because if anybody's looking for these, like tackle storage things that's got the four latches on it. I mean, I got 4 of these just because I needed something for the boat. I typically use the Plano Edge stuff, but buy one, get one. Who am I to say no?
Right. Are those the ones that have, is it just the seal or does it come with the little, the dehumidifier spacer things?
This one I don't think has the little dehumidifier in it like the Edge does, but I'm thinking this would be great for.
Yeah, the only thing bad I'll say about those is they are watertight, which is awesome. Do not ever put wet lures away in there because you got to remember it's going to keep that water inside there too. And you can get the little.
I think I'll probably end up doing a lot of soft plastic storage in these things.
Well, I was going to say I know you've got some pew pews. I don't know if you have a pew pew safe, but in those guys will do the silica packets.
Yep,
they'll put in their safes. Mm-hmm. You can do the same thing in those because from what I understand, that's what it's a fancy. The Plano Edges have a fancy silica packet. So when you open up like beef jerky or whatever.
Yep.
Maybe not beef jerky, but some of these
literally anything's got it.
Yeah, a lot of these things you open up, they have the little packet with like little balls in it, these like silica gels or whatever. You can get them on Amazon, and what that stuff does is it wicks moisture. So if you put some of those in the box, it's going to help pull that moisture out of there, and that's kind of what the Plano Edge stuff does.
And I actually have those in my little cans that store the party favors in 1,000 round.
Yep.
So yeah, I use those same things in the pew pew box as well.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Somebody was saying, where was it? Oh, TJ, I don't know. Maybe I misunderstood this or that. Doug or Recess? I don't know. I don't know what that is. I did see this one, this or that. He-Man or G.I. Joe. Man, we're throwing it old school.
Doug or Recess, dude. Come on. Doug or Recess?
I don't know what that means.
The cartoon Doug. And then Recess is the one with the little kids at school, and then they go to recess.
I never saw that. Doug for sure.
Me?
I guess Doug is the only one I know of. So
yeah, Doug is the only one I know of. He-Man for sure. Huge He-Man fan. Loved He-Man. Loved He-Man and G.I. Joe, but huge He-Man fan.
Just a real quick FYI. YouTube plays like He-Man, G.I. Joe, Transformers 24 hours a day, all day long. I somehow came across it, and it's like literally Hasbro's channel, and it's like you can turn it on, and it's just G.I. Joe for as long as you want to watch it. And let me tell you, they don't age well, not at all. They're bad.
Let's see. Okay, so let's do another question, Gramps. So some fun things we like to do are, fishing questions, this or that type stuff. And this kind of leads me into, I think I already know your answer. I hope this isn't it, but we talked about favorite baits, and I don't know this. What's your least favorite thing? So for example, me to throw, my least favorite rig is a drop shot. I hate catching them. I hate snagging them. I hate taking 15 minutes to retie one. I would rather throw most anything than a drop shot. So how about you? What's your it doesn't necessarily have to be hated, but you just don't like to throw it for whatever reason.
You mean other than a frog?
I know. I was hoping it wasn't the frog. Oh no.
I'm not giving up. Man, least favorite. It's going to sound so opposite to what everybody else says. The Ned. I catch fish on the drop shot, and I snag everything with a Ned rig. I can throw a Nico. I can throw a drop shot. I've caught some fish on a Ned, but I tend to get that thing stuck or snagged somewhere, somehow every time. I mean, I want to have confidence in it. My cousin Brian caught a six something here this year on a Ned, and I just, I throw it, and I seem to get stuck more than anything, and end up just taking it off and putting a little shaky head worm with a nail on it, and going finesse that way. But I mean, I guess if that's outside of a frog, my next least favorite thing is the Ned.
Man. So I'm going to have to unsubscribe and remove you if you're saying frog. That's not acceptable.
Like my brother said, I'm going to catch my first frog fish tomorrow. I've come close many times.
You'll catch one.
Oh, yeah.
Keep hawking that thing. You're going to catch
It's going to turn out to be my greatest video ever because I'm going to have the greatest misses. I've got video of fish jumping out of the water, going after it. I don't know how many. Mm-hmm. And then it's just like, this is getting to be comical now.
Earlier this year, I think I was Debo, what did I tell you? Like literally I was 80. I feel like I had missed 80 bass on topwater, but it was probably more like 30 plus topwater frog fish that I missed. I wanted to cry.
Yeah,
I
dude,
did cry.
we have those. Top Cat, so another awesome supporter of the channel. Top Cat said, just got home from the lake, caught 3 on a swim jig. Yeah, that's been a couple weeks ago. I've got a good video. Actually, that'll probably be Monday, I would say, or Wednesday of my swim jig. I caught some really good fish on the swim jig. But he said the lake is blown out from the hurricane rain. Swim jig or chatterbait is the this or that question. It depends. I would say for being versatile, I would go swim jig because I can put like a thumpy trailer on, and dude, that comes through so much wood, grass, like primarily fishing from the bank. I've got to go that way. But I mean, we all know the chatterbait catches them, but chatterbaits and fine wood pitch to wood do not play well together at all.
Yeah, I like swim jigs where you have a lot of that like goo in the water kind of stuff. It comes through that kind of. Whereas chatterbait, I mean, chatterbait over grass I can deal with because I know I'm picking the grass out. But when I get snagged in it and I rip it out is when I tend to get that bite. And then I'll fish it around the open edges. But swim jig, just, I throw it a lot too.
Yeah. And the thing that people don't think about the swim jig is you can change up. So, you see everybody throwing like a Rage Menace on there. What's the other big one? Or like a paddle tail. But I mean, you can go with crazy stuff. Like I did like a horny toad or like a rage toad on the back this way. So the legs are going, I guess it'd be like this up and down. So it looks like tails. You get a lot of thump out of that. You can go with like a bigger craw, all kinds of stuff you can mess with on a swim jig,
I mean, it works on both. Trench hog type lure. They work, like I said, on both. I had really good luck on a chatterbait earlier in the year. Granted, I would cut down their trench hog, even the juniors or whatever, but just because I don't like huge baits,
Now, somebody was saying I needed some certain brand of frog. I have all the frogs, and the frog that's actually currently tied on out in the boat right now. No, it's sitting back here in the corner. Is the freak that Debo likes because that's what I'm gonna start with tomorrow. But
yes, sir.
I have hashtag all the frogs. I mean, I got the one with the frog fur. I got the Vega frogs from 6 Cents.
The old boom boom.
I got the Z-Man.
The boom boom.
Boom.
Hey Gramps, if you have any issues, you guys don't have toothy critters down there, huh? So you won't need any mend it tips from me.
No, I forgot about the mend it. We actually have some lakes that they've stocked. It's either pike or muskie, and I'm not sure which. But we do have. I don't fish those. My brother and I think, and my sons have tried before, but it's very few. Like they're kind of like the state forest kind of places where I guess there's certain areas that they thrive better than others. But I think it's actually muskie that they have in there, but we don't deal with them like you guys do up north. It's pretty rare.
My guy Chris McVeigh in the house. Thank you, brother. Dude, he just caught a huge catfish. That's not even the one. He just caught. That must be his PB. He's been a supporter since like I first started. Awesome dude. He caught like a 38-pound something flathead. I don't remember. Dude, that thing was huge. I've seen a couple people saying I should get on. John Gunner Outdoors says muskie. Yeah, I've noticed a few people saying I should try for muskie. Man, I have tried going out, and the only time I ever catch muskie is when I'm not trying and I'm fishing for bass. Every time I've went out, I've had a couple decent follows muskie fishing, but it's so hard for me because I know it's like big swim bait fishing, which I will admit I'm a liar. I have lied to you all. I said I was going to work on swim bait fishing more this year, and I've not. I've got a few big swim bait blanks.
I've yelled at him multiple times, just saying.
He has. Here's the deal. If I don't catch a fish on a 7-inch or larger glide / swim bait, I'm probably going to do a giveaway of all my big swim bait stuff for being a liar about it. I'm serious. I'm gonna give it all away if I don't catch something. But yeah, John, I would love to get on some muskie. I need to go out. I had a local guy here. That's actually been, I think, 2019 before all the stuff happened last year. He offered to take me out on his boat. Excuse me. He does like muskie guiding and he fishes from a lot. That's what I really need to do because I don't know their patterns as well. I know they're more of a cold water animal. Grass lines, coming out of cover like on the river, the wood jam, wood pile type stuff. I know they're pretty similar to bass, but I don't know, like, I'm not as confident with them as I am bass. So I need to go out with somebody like that really knows the stuff. And I would love to. I love catching pike. Like if I could go up north and just catch pike on like spinnerbaits all day, or throw something like the mini Medusa. That day, was that last year? I caught like 4 or 5 pike.
Dude,
that was
a couple years ago, I think.
Was that a couple years ago? Yeah, I had a day where I was
the one on the river,
Medusa, which is one on the river, and it's got like 4. Oh, actually, I've got one here I can show you. Let's get to something else so you guys can talk while I'm grabbing this real quick. But my guy Kern River Rod, I just saw dropped a 20 bomb. Kern River, thank you so much. Damn, you guys are awesome. Another 20 bomb for supporting me, dude. Thank you so much, man. Another good supporter of the channel, always in the lives. It really does mean a lot to me, like coming in here just talking tackle. And I got the giveaway thing up. So Gramps, I wanted to double check with you. I get the giveaway tool up, and then do I tell them what to type, and then I type it in and run it?
So bring it up, and then it'll prompt you to pull up the stream that's going on now.
Yep.
And then you can put in the hashtag and then the name that you want to do for your giveaway, and then start collecting comments, and then tell them
here.
what. Yep, and then tell them what you to type, and then when they start typing it in the comments, it'll start collecting it here.
So do I put that in first, or when do I do this part? I guess
go ahead and put in what you want to call it. So if you want to do like hashtag giveaway,
okay, we're going to do hashtag DEBO.
There you go.
So do I type it now or hit this
and then
now?
hit start collecting, and then now when they start typing in hashtag DEBO,
I see. There's all the different. Okay. Yeah, I messed up last time I did it. So, okay, so we're going to do the giveaway. This is another reason I wanted to have Gramps on. He's actually used this. I've never used this. I've always done like a question. Then we have people fighting over like who said it first. And it's kind of fun because we do the trivia. We can do some more of that trivia. But this way I know whoever's entering it is in here. I already see the entries going up. Awesome. So if you're just getting in here, I'm giving away one of my custom lures. This is a cool one-of-a-kind little spook, which will be awesome coming up here. And then I'm just going to do like a manila folder when I send this out. I'm going to do some random tackle mine, some soft plastics, jigs, all kinds of stuff just randomly. So to be entered, you don't have to do a donation or anything. Anybody who wants to enter, just do hashtag DEBO as you see up there.
Real quick, while you're not doing that, Nathan, with the this is one of the bigger, what is this, 6-inch, I think, trench hog. So usually what I'll do is I'll probably take it off like right below the front legs, and then I'll run it like, sideways, so the tails are kicking like this.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
I've tried it like this as well, like so it's kicking sideways, but that's usually more. I would probably run it sideways like that more on a like a swim jig. I feel like the chatterbait, it just comes through better like that. So
okay, there's 230 some people watched, and we only have 79 entries. Come on, y'all, get that going real quick here. So talking about the mini Medusa and stuff, don't be scared to throw these for pike. This is the mini Medusa, which is like 3, 6, probably like, I don't know if they stretch this out, but there's 3, 6, so probably like 7 inches like that. And I've caught bass. I've caught a bunch of pike, even smaller pike on this thing. But all of my, and I always sharpen the hooks on these myself. You can see super sticky now. But all of my muskie follows have come off this. Not this one, not this color. This is perch, I think. I forget what color I had. It was like white with kind of like off-white stuff. But anyway, yeah, these things are cool. That's the best luck I've had so far on the toothy cats. But okay, let's jump over and do a giveaway. I think so I just hit draw, right? Is that it? That simple?
Yep. When you're ready, hit draw, and it'll pull up your winner.
Okay, I'm going to do 3, 2, 1. Hopefully that's enough time for everyone. Oh, I saw Fat Boy's picture in there.
And I totally wanted to just throw my name in there real fast just to see.
Oh, Fishing the Southeast can't win either. Fishing the Southeast wins every other week. David Smith. Man, that is cool. I love that. David Smith, are you still in here? That's the only thing. You have to be present still to be able to win. David Smith. Calling David Smith. If you're in here, you just need to have some. Yeah, John. John, are you around my area, John? John said some musky baits are huge, but a mini Medusa. Yeah, I've got some big, like 8-10 inch musky baits, but I've never had follows like this. Like this has been the one that I've got all my follows and like pike catches on. I've tried the glide baits and stuff, but this has been the one.
Yeah, he's up north somewhere because he was hoping to get to Hellabass's tournament, but couldn't. So he's a northern boy somewhere.
Okay, he might be one of Hellabass's buddies. That's awesome. Is David in here? Yes, sir. Okay, David, do you have Instagram? Hit me up on Instagram if you have it. You are the winner, as you can see here. Damn, thanks for walking me through that, Gramps. That is awesome.
Yeah, that makes it nice and easy for doing in-stream giveaways. Yep. That
is freaking sweet. Okay, yeah, so hit me up on Instagram. If not, I can give you my email address here. I'll see when you type it in here and tell me. But he's near La Crosse. Oh, yeah. Nope. Where's the Bassmaster, whatever the next one is, the Nationals? Where do you say? Ella said that's on is it a river? Something river, I thought he said. Oh, here, David.
Yeah, he was the #1 qualifier. So he was the champion from his state. And then he actually came in second in that tournament. But being the champion from his state qualifies him for the championship round.
Yep, right.
So that's really cool.
So, Dave, hit me up on DEBO'SFishing@gmail.com. Just email me over there, and I will get you the package of the goodies. I did see we had a couple other donations coming in. David said yes. I don't think I missed anybody before that. If I did, I'm sorry. Michael, I think, was the next one. This donation is WD4. Dude, I was actually legit just freaking thinking about that when I leaned over to grab.
Like, I got super self-conscious of it too because mine is super squeaky also. I was like, oh man, I can't.
Oh, dude, legit about spit, fruity, Michelle. Michelle's my wife's name. Whatever the hell this stuff is, out all over. Oh my gosh, dude.
You need to get some of that dry pew spray. That works really good too.
You know what would fix it? I bet Mend It. If you put Mend It in these joints, it'd fix it.
It wouldn't move.
You would have a non-movable chair.
Exactly, but fix it. Another use for Mend It. Hopefully, we can get Mend It to sponsor these streams coming up soon.
Did you see? John said, "What's it? Mississippi River, 15 minutes from his house is the one of the landings." That's pretty cool.
Oh,
Mississippi scares me, man. Scares me a lot.
Yeah, like I've only gone fishing on the Mississippi with my old man. He's got a deep V Alumacraft. For the trolling and the wallies, when you're trolling with your manners. But we've gone up to the Mississippi and done crankbait fishing, like in holes for walleye. We were actually just talking about that. We haven't done that in a minute, but dude, that was so much fun. It was a Gary Yamamoto sexy shad crankbait, and I was cranking over, it was like a 10-foot hole with that 6-foot diver, and I caught, I don't know how many walleye that day. Dude, it was so much fun.
Dude, river fish are just so mean too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Sorry.
They're just like, yeah.
Steven with the 5 bomb for the kilt fund. Yeah, we need to get Randall out on a paddleboard in a kilt before the year's over. Dersh, my guy Dersh, always in here with the support. Thank you, brother, with the 10 bomb. Got to show my support this week. I hope everything's good. You must not be to work in the night shift. I hope you're not working today or tonight.
There was a bunch right before you did the giveaway. I was seeing a bunch of this or that. So I can go back and see if I can find one real quick. Oh,
hey, Jamfish Taco in here. Jamfish Taco was a winner. Hopefully my baits are working for you. Have you caught any on my baits, good sir? You were a live winner. Let's see.
I see somebody asking about Debo. Are you going to try out kayak fishing? Oh. I bet he will when Chad Hoover hooks him up with something sweet.
Dude, Chad is not going to hook me up with something sweet. A couple other people asked me about that. I'm like, dude, Chad must have been halfway silly with the Rona sweats or something, because there will be no kayak that he gives me. I appreciate him and I love Chad. He's a super nice guy. I was honored that he even wanted to be on my show.
That's amazing. He's a favorite of mine.
Super nice dude, but no, he's not going to buy me or give me a kayak. I have thought about it. The one thing is, me and Pops were talking the other day. There's like an old like a Coast Guard front end looking John boat type deal. I don't know the actual shape that it's in, but he's like, dude, I've been looking at it when I go by. He's like, we should buy that and do a project this winter and turn it into a bass boat for you. He's like, I think it's a 17-foot. I'm like,
dude, that would be amazing.
I'm like, dude, that would be so much fun, Dad. Let's do that.
Yeah.
He's like, then you can sell that little John boat and get a kayak, and you can put your kayak. He's like, his buddy has a thing in the garage where they like winch it up with chains. He's like, so you could just winch that up above the boat and you could have both in there. I'm like,
that's how I plan on storing mine over the winter, because my Silverado sits in the driveway while my boat and kayak get the garage.
Yeah, that's what mine's going to have to do. That's the only bad part. So, okay, what else do we have for fishing questions? John said, yeah, the elites are there next August or in August. Randall, what do you got?
Fat Boy. This was a Fat Boy asked a while back. Would you rather catch a fish with a snake in its mouth, or catch a fish with a giant spider in its mouth? I assume these aren't the lures. They've been eating that stuff.
Randomly in its mouth, and they're alive. Here it is. They're alive. For me, I don't care. Either one. The only way I wouldn't do that is if it's a venomous snake or a venomous spider.
Yep.
Then I don't want any part of that. Otherwise, I used to own snakes. I had a tarantula for a while. I had like 4 snakes. I like both. I just don't like the type that can kill you.
Yeah, my brother is big into snakes and spiders, and I'm neither nor. No thanks. I'm Indiana Jones when it comes to that.
That's all.
Randall, how about you? You like spiders there, buddy?
I mean, I don't like them, but I mean, you can always just cut the line off and just like let the fish go, right?
No, you have to take it out.
I remember there was never mind. I'm not telling that story.
Nick loves snakes, and our buddy Matt. I haven't seen Matt in here, but our buddy Matt would love to catch a bass with a snake. There was a few years ago. Matt,
that was a while ago.
It's been a number of years ago. But Matt, another Iowa boy, is down by one of the lakes in southern Iowa that me and my old man used to fish. I'm like, dude, let's go down there and meet up. He's like, I'd love to, dude. So we did it, and we were fishing this lake, and it was right as spawn was going out, because he was trying to catch a huge bass that was on a bed. He never could get it to bite, but he was terrified of snakes.
I think it was at the very end of spawn, and that one must have spawned really late, because remember, it was like ridiculously hot, like indices of like 150 billion.
Yeah, 8 billion degrees out. But anyway, we went to this like big dock thing, and there was like 15 snakes crawling around, like coming out from under the dock, swimming through. And we hear him over the casting go, bah! Like super loud, and we're all like, the hell's wrong? He's like, I hate snakes. And then they just kept coming. He was not the type
of guy that you would look at and be like, oh yeah, he's gonna scream if he sees a snake,
Yeah,
he's
bigger than both.
He was a bigger guy. Yeah, tattoos, the whole nine, and
6'4", tatted up, beard. He's like, I don't care what you say. He's like, I'm gone. I freaking hate him.
I would be that dude in a wooden John boat back in the day. The snake fell out of a tree into the boat, and I'm busting holes in the bottom of the boat with oar. Like, no, get me out of here.
I don't mind them as long as they're not going to kill me. We've got a couple other donations. We'll go for an hour and a half. If y'all have questions for Gramps, make sure to leave them. I am humbled that you would jump on the live with me, man. I appreciate that a ton.
Oh, I certainly appreciate it.
Oh, for sure, dude. So if anybody has questions for Gramps or this or that, any sort of questions that you want, it can be lures right now. We're going to go for another 15 minutes. I know everybody's got, family stuff and other things they're trying to do. So I appreciate
go some karaoke here in a bit.
Oh, yeah. I bet you have a Christina Aguilera type voice, don't you?
Oh, yeah. It's a little deeper than that.
So Daniel with the 10 bomb says, starting to buy Debo a kayak fund. Everybody chip in. Dude, you guys do not need to do that. I'll pay out of my own pocket to get that. I'm hoping. I see a couple people said Debo's dad sounds awesome. Fisherman83 said Debo versus dad. Dude, my dad is freaking awesome. And I always give him crap to try to get him on the lives and stuff. He's not a camera guy and he doesn't talk a ton. So I always give him crap and kind of pick and poke at him, because back when I was younger, he used to pick and poke at me all the time. And he thought it was so funny. Now that I'm 6'1", 220 and my dad's like, I don't know, 5'9", 190, something like that, 200. It's funny because I'll look at him and like look down on him and like, come on, what are you gonna do, Dad? And we'll get a good laugh out of it. But Pops is awesome. We need to get out on his boat more. So Daniel, I appreciate that, good sir. What I saw another one. Kirk, thanks for having a great channel. He said, well, Mr. Bledsoe, thank you so much for the 10 bomb. I appreciate that, my friend. Philip said, well, they never made a movie Spiders on a Plane for a reason. Snakes are much scarier. I don't know. Neither one scares me.
That's
Luckily,
valid.
I've never come in contact with a venomous spider. I think what is the only thing we have around here are brown recluse and black widows, right? That's
Yep.
all we have.
That's
I don't
what
think we have
yeah.
the black widows around here. I think we're a little
think
bit
we do
too
in
north.
southern
Well,
Iowa.
you might actually. Yeah, I was just gonna say you might down there. Way
Yep.
down yonder.
Way down yonder in Iowa. Nolan with a 20 bomb. Damn, dude, thank you so much. You said, found your channel a couple days ago. Bought my first Baitcaster today, and your videos definitely helped me minimize and resolve backlashes. Man, I need to do an updated video about that. I've had a bajillion people asking me, dude, can you do an updated tips and tricks? Thank you so much for doing those videos long ago. But somebody was like, you had long hair and you were skinny then. Can you do a new version? I'm like, yeah, I have put on a few pounds since then, and I do not have long hair.
I'm going to be starting a series based on a reel that Mr. Debo really likes a lot for beginners.
Preach it up, brother. Preach it up.
I've been working my way towards that in the beginner bass fishing series that I've been running, and I know that's one of your favorites. Because we talk about the different types of reels, what you get for your money. The graphite versus better frames. So I literally took inspiration from Debo talking about some of the different bait casters that are out there, and that's what I decided to start my series based around. Is a nice, you can get a $130 combo at American Legacy Fishing, so that's where I'm going to start with.
Yeah, that's money. That's what when I was listening to those guys on your channel, I couldn't believe they had that. That was like 130 or something like that for the SLX combo, SLX rod, SLX reel.
Oh.
Go check them out. Yeah, dude, those dudes are super nice over there.
And the thing I didn't realize when they first started talking about it was you pick the rod that you want. Mm-hmm. So he said a lot of times people do combos. You're stuck with the same 7-foot medium heavy, across the board. But you can pick from like 6 or 7 different rods and stick it to the reel that you want. And I thought that was incredible. So if you want to start with something a little lighter or something a little heavier, you can make that choice.
Yeah, that was a killer deal. SLX is definitely one of my favorites. The only thing about the SLX I will say is I think for like a pure beginner, I think the magnetic brakes with just the dial on the outside are easier for a beginner to dial in first.
And they've got that combo for like 170 right now.
The XT, right?
Is that the XT? Yeah. Yep. And that's actually the rod and reel that I had shipped to my son down in Fort Bliss. Because I had ALFC ship me one down there, and we're gonna fish across America as we drive back. So I was telling you before, that's kind of one of the other adventures that I got going on. We're gonna swing by Lake Fork, do a little bank fishing, might even rent a boat, and we're gonna stop, a few different places and fish our way across America, if you will.
America.
Well,
Nolan, thank you so much for thank you so much for the donation, man. I appreciate that a bunch. Randall, go ahead. Sorry, I flipped off that. I just want to make sure I told him thank you.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that I found the snake video. That was from July. That was July 3rd, 2018.
Damn, that's crazy, dude. Time flies.
Yeah.
Let's burn through a few this or that's. It's we're an hour 18 in, so we got a little bit to get to our hour and a half. This or that. So Jason said catfishing or pan fishing. For me, not a contest. Pan fishing for sure, because pan fishing you can cast and retrieve. You can throw a little 1-inch grub, whatever those. I don't think I have them anywhere around here, but I actually found my favorite panfish lures ever that me and Dad swore by up at a local tackle shop by Randy, and I about pooped my pants because I haven't seen him for years. It was a local dude that made them. I bought all the cards left.
It was like the piece of paper with all the little individuals.
Yeah,
I've never seen anybody ever buy one of those ever. And Debo's like, I want the entire thing.
I'm buying all of these. And the guy's like, you understand these are like $1.90 a piece, right? I'm like, oh yeah, I completely understand. I'll take both cards. And then he said the
was
guy
like,
stopped
"You
making
understand
them.
I didn't stutter." Yeah.
Yeah.
He just gave up for whatever reason. Yeah.
Oh, dude. People don't know. Back in the day, me and my old man swore. So anyway, pan fishing for me. How about you guys?
Pan.
I'm all
crappies
about
are
pan
delicious.
fishing. My cousin, he's like what I am with bass fishing, he is with crappie. And I mean, the fish fries, you just can't.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, I love catfish. I love catfish fillets too, but pure numbers, I love crappie and yeah.
I just can't throw stuff
I've
out
taken my
shit.
granddaughter out for her first fishing trip, and she caught a bluegill that was huge, and I'll never forget that for the rest of my life. And hopefully, she doesn't either. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't just throw something out and sit. That's why I can't do catfishing. Like, if you could cast and retrieve like consistently for catfish, I'd be down. But throwing minnows
and that's
and
the
just
fun thing, because when bass aren't biting, you can probably get a panfish to bite and make a day out of it.
Yep.
Yeah, Debo, what you should be doing is casting your catfish and retrieving your barley pop.
Oh no, casting your catfishing, letting the catfish set, and then casting for your panfish.
Yep.
Best of both worlds. We can have two rods here in Iowa. Okay, so G-Fan Kim, we were actually just talking about you today, my friend.
Yeah.
This or that, Gramp or Dizzle and a kilt. For sure, Dizzle. He's not escaping this. There's no.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Dizzle.
Yeah, my family are Irish. There's kilts running around.
I actually was going to buy you a tactical kilt. Somebody sent me the link for a tactical kilt.
Oh, yes.
And all they had was like medium.
That might have been me.
I don't remember if you or not. Somebody sent it.
It very well might have been. I think you sent it to me. There's a guy that works late at night at the Walmart here, just like by my house. And he's like one of the door guys, yellow vest, the whole nine. And he rocks a kilt probably 90% of the time when I walk in. He's just standing there with his kilt on.
Oh yeah.
I've been meaning to ask where he got it too, and I just a little intimidated,
Okay, David Smith did email. I wanted to check on that before we got off, so I did see he emailed me. Thank you, man. Okay, let's see. Sorry. Blackbeard or salt and pepper? Are we talking Pirates versus the music group? I'm kidding. Mine's already starting to get salt and peppery. I think we're all kind of salt and peppery. Some of us more than others,
yeah.
But
yeah, I'm peppered.
I'm rocking the Blackbeard as long as I can.
Pepper patch right there.
Oh,
yeah, for me, what used to be red is now
all white.
Yeah,
that's funny.
It's salt, but back in the day, I would have like a brown beard with like red in the front, so it was kind of an interesting combo.
I think everybody has red beard hairs. I have no idea why, but anybody I've ever talked to is like, you have red beard hair? Yeah, it's weird. Random thought. Never mind.
Hat or no hat? Oh, for sure, hat. 99% of the time, I've got a hat on. I love my hats.
The weird thing is, I generally don't wear a hat. Like, if I'm at work, we can wear hats at work if we want or whatever. But, I'm one of those guys that keeps short hair anyway, so may as well just keep a hat on.
Randy keeps his tight too, always short.
Yeah, I mean, mine's the big thing about it is I gotta wear a trucker hat. I gotta get some air movement up into my head, and I've said it before on here. I don't want a funky. I already got a crazy tan line with the sunglasses that I wear.
Oh,
I don't need a trucker mesh with a
Gramps
little
both.
half moon.
Let's see, John.
I've got the tan lines for days because
we can see that. John said, this is something super cool. So John said, I think some of us came to DEBO'S channel from Gramps' channel, myself for one. This is what I talk about so much. So many people, like we share the same audiences. There's enough room on YouTube for I don't care who you are. If you're my worst enemy on YouTube, I don't think I have enemies, but everybody's got room to grow. You don't count, Randall. Everybody's got room to grow because I see this so much. Oh, I found you on Tackle Junkies, or I found you on Bass Geeks, or I found you on, wherever. There's room for it's like some of these channels are like it's like a competition. Like, well, watch mine, don't watch this channel, or come on, man. No. You can learn from everyone.
I throw all the baits, I throw all the brands, I throw all the rods and reels, and I use them all. I mean, it's just part of it.
I will say I do, except for Daiwa.
Oh my gosh, Randall.
Well, so Debo and I are going to answer this question the exact same probably right now because I know the favorite reel That
right
boat rolls
now
are probably throwing
I'm
right now.
struggling. I've got a few actually in rotation. I got the new Lose Custom Black, which like there's nothing fancy about it. It's like $170, but it's like it looks like a lot of their other reels as far as on paper. I've actually been really satisfied with that reel. But yeah, for sure, the Diawazillion SVTWG hands down is my favorite reel right now. It's just I don't know what it is. It just fits me. It casts smooth.
I've been picking up some Corrados and playing with this and that. I've got, the Lose upper end stuff, and I've had the Lose lower end stuff. But if that Zillion is my chatterbait reel right now, then that means something to me. So that thing is just pretty sweet right now.
I can't show the lure. Oh no, I showed the lure. I was gonna say I can't show the lure because that's gonna be a giveaway of what I was catching them on. Hopefully y'all didn't see that. As far as old school reel, I was throwing this all day, and man, it felt so fun and so good to throw that. The mean green, the old green Corrado 201 for 200.
That's the ones I fished my tournaments back in the day. I mean, every time I see you with that one, I was like, man, I had like 15 of those. And it kills me that I got rid of them all.
Yeah, dude, I've told that story so many times. I had one that was like a crap one that some guy didn't take care of. I got it in a trade and sold it for like $40 or whatever, and I could have just cleaned it. I wasn't into that. But Randall, what's yours? What is your favorite baitcaster right now?
I'm going with the SLX, the Shimano. I kind of gave you a hard time when you got yours at first. It was like, oh, you're a robot, Debo the Transformer, bam, 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 bam. I love it. Like the one thing that I personally like about it is I'm really weird when it comes to fishing. I don't thumb a baitcaster a whole lot. I set my brakes up a little bit differently where I don't have to, and I don't have to like pay attention to actually doing that stuff. But the one thing, I mean, especially with the Shimano, it's not a end all be all. You still have to. It's like the first and last error you make is disrespecting the sea. You can't turn your back on it. You pay attention to it, or it's going to bite you. But I just like it. It feels great.
Yeah, and actually, you bring up a good point because the one thing I noticed I kind of struggled with the SLX DC starting out. I'm like, dude, this thing is so overrated. The two mistakes I made was I didn't have the spool tension tight enough because I usually run mine pretty loose. The SLX DC, you definitely have to have the spool tension tighter than normal. If you run a pretty loose spool tension where you're just barely taking out the side-to-side play, you got to go a little tighter, and you can't thumb the spool in between because it like jacks it up. And like I'm so used to doing that, I'll just like barely kind of just I'm not even like stopping it, but I'm just like kind of putting my thumb. It jacks up the chip, so it actually works better. Like Randy's saying, he throws it out and like he said, he doesn't like to thumb it, and you almost got to until the very end. It's about ready to drop. You bring up a really good point, Randy. Yeah.
Now I did see where somebody asked a quick question. They were asking me about the kayak that I have. About the Old Town 106 or 120, if I had any regrets on going from the 106 for the 120. So for me, just to answer, that was Kyle who asked that. I went with the 106 because actually it fit in my truck better. It supported my weight, and I'm a big dude, and does everything I wanted. Now, the 120 will give you a little more room, and now that I actually have a kayak trailer, I wouldn't mind having a bigger kayak, but I really have no needs. I have no regrets, and I'm actually going to do my year review on that thing, and I'll talk about it in that. But I think both you'll be happy with. If you've got a long bed truck, you can go with the 120, but I have a full-size Silverado that's got the shorter bed. So, I mean, for me, it was just convenience and being able to load it in and out and have no problems with it. But I think you'd be completely satisfied with either or. Old Town makes a great kayak.
I need to get in the kayak game. When people start talking kayaks, I have no idea what in the hell anybody's saying.
I don't for the most part either. The funny thing is I went with Old Town because we have a Dunham's here. It's just a generic sports store, but they actually had a Topwater 106, which is basically the paddle version of the one that I have now that I have a pedal drive. And I literally got it just to test it out to see if it would support my weight. And then I was like, oh, that works. I ended up selling it and then going to the pedal drive just because it's that much easier. But, I've been kind of a Old Town homer ever since. But, all of these companies make great quality kayaks that will do and they're stable. If my knee was stable, I would be able to stand in it and fish, but I don't because my knee's not stable. So, but I mean, you wouldn't believe what some people spend in fishing kayaks for tournaments and whatnot, plus the trailers and all that.
Geez.
You're talking boat money at that point. But there are good, affordable. Like I consider the 106. You're talking the paddle version like $700. But again, that's to support bigger guys like me. But they're super stable if you want to stand and fish. And when you're talking to the other ones, add a little bit more money, but. Yeah, I've been completely satisfied with mine, and I'm a dude with a bad back. That's one of my disabilities that we talk about going through the VA. I can actually sit on that Old Town seat for 12, 15 hours a day, and it doesn't mess with me. I had more problems fishing in my boat than I did fishing in my kayak, but I upgraded my seat in my boat to one of those Bill Dance seats, and that's made all the difference in the world too. So that's
is that kind of like one of those? Like a stadium seat, how you would take and kind of, if there's like metal benches, you would like kind of take a stadium seat. Is that kind of what you have in yours?
It's for my boat or for the kayak?
For the kayak, sorry.
It's just the standard seat that comes with the Old Town. It's got little risers on it, and then it's got a flip up seat, so you can adjust the lean back, lean forward kind of thing to suit your comfort level. But some of the better, the higher class kayaks, if you will, I mean, they're like sitting in comfy seats all day long too. But just a matter.
Which one was yours?
I have the Old Town Sportsman PDL 106.
Okay. Is that a 10-foot 6-inch? Is that what that stands for?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And, when you go up from there, your price point's getting higher, and they've got them with trolling motors and spot lock and all that too. You're talking $3,000 or $4,000 at that point. But
yeah,
who knows? Maybe Old Town will get with me someday and send me some cool stuff. Who knows?
Let's get through. We've still got 200 people on. We're at an hour and a half. I've been kind of popping through questions here. We've got a few I'm going to run through. So Joshua said, I came to DEBO'S channel from Online Outdoorsman. I'm going to get the Online Outdoorsman on. Super cool, dude. If y'all want to talk about finesse fishing, micro fishing, mule fishing, he actually owns mule fishing. He started that. Speaking of Gramps, mule fishing is named after his grandpa because he had, always talked about the work ethic or, something of like a mule. I don't remember how he explained that, but it was super cool. He's a really nice dude. I want to get him on because I want to do some more kind of ultralight stuff. I know Randy and I want to do that and then have like a trash pickup deal while we do it. He's a really good ambassador, really nice dude. Fish in the Southeast said, D-Boy, I always shout you out. Dude, I'm sorry. I don't hardly watch any YouTube videos of anybody else. I need to get over and watch some of your stuff. You're always in here supporting me, man. I appreciate that a lot. And then I know Travis asked a couple questions on, no, not this one. I think it was this one. Yeah. So he asked about some ABEX and stuff. Hold on before I forget. Eric, with the $10 donation. Eric, thank you so much, dude. Said great content. Really appreciate the channel. The Dizzle and the other channels that you introduced us to. Heading over to subscribe to Gramps' channel. That's awesome. Thank you. I know he appreciates that. And he says Dizzle needs a channel.
Yes,
he could have had a video out of today, cursing and throwing stuff in and catching dinks. It would have been quite hilarious. I know I would have laughed. And he probably could have seen me out of the corner of his coming around the lake when he was about ready to break all of his rods and see me looking around like, was that a Bigfoot? Let's see. So Travis asked, he was wanting to change the bearings. Oh my gosh. Dude, always this time, like right an hour and a half, it boots him out. And it's always like the perfect timing. I swear to God, I did not boot him. It kicks him at the perfect times. Okay, so Travis
maybe he went to start a channel.
Maybe he did. Maybe he just shut off and he's going to go start his channel right now. Damn, that'd be... Oh, no. He's back in here.
Dude, you don't have that power where you can just like make me get in my head so much that I just quit. Whatever it is, like right around this time frame, it kicked me off.
That's what I just told everyone.
Yeah.
We thought maybe you jumped off to start your channel right now. We thought you were going to get your channel going right now, dude. So Travis, okay, so when it comes to bearings, the two bearings that I would recommend, I've been using some of the Category 5 bearings most recently. They sent me like their little pack of stuff. They said, don't mention us. You don't need to do all that. But I believe in Dance with Who Brung Ya. They sent me the stuff, so I am more than happy to give recognition to them. And I've used their bearings. They've been good. I believe they are ABEX 7s. He asked about ABEX 7 bearings. He said, what size goes in the custom black? I couldn't tell you. However, the other company that I would recommend is Spool Speed Bearings. Scott at Spool Speed, I know I've told the story. I'm not sponsored by him. He doesn't pay me anything like that. People are going to ask about it. But when I was at the Bassmaster Classic, I went to a number of booths around, and there was people that acted like I was a thorn in their side that were literally pricks. Like, they were jerks. I'm like, dude, this is your job. Your job is to sell stuff to me at the Classic, right? And so, like, unprofessional. I couldn't believe it, from like big name companies. Then I walked up to Spool Speed. Never heard of them. The guys I was with, the Looking for Fish dudes, who I love those guys as well. Hopefully I can get a fish with them. But they're like, dude, let's go talk to this guy we've been wanting to. I'm like, I've never heard of these. Like, and Scott over at Spool Speed is the kindest dude. Was like, dude, test some of my bearings. And if you ever see him on Instagram, he's like doing the casting test where he's like, hey guys, today we're blah, 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 bing, down to the back. And it's like showing him like spooling these reels, and people like laugh about it. But dude, Scott is the nicest guy. Tell him I sent you. We talk back and forth. Super nice guy. Like I said, I'm not getting paid a single dime to send anybody over there. But he's a damn nice guy. Tell him Debo sent you, and I guarantee he has the exact specs of what you need, and he'll gladly help you out. So
that's awesome.
Super good dude. Yeah, super good. Always will drop a good name for him. Let's see. I also saw a couple other questions. Where were they? Oh, and it just slid all the way down to the bottom. Damn it. There was a couple other questions I want to get to. Dude, it does that. Like if I sit too long on top of, dang it. Okay, well, I don't know what the other questions were. We're already at an hour and a half. Did you guys see any questions? Any other questions we want to take, or anything that you saw that was fun?
I saw somebody poking fun at his Kmart blue light special internet.
It's not the internet, man. It's StreamYard. StreamYard doesn't like me.
Oh, Philip, that was one thing I was going to bring up. So back to Philip, awesome dude. We talk back and forth quite a bit. It's funny the number of friends you can make in the fishing community on like Instagram and stuff. I'm friends with like people, for example, Hellabass is still in here. He said the chatter. Gramps, all these people, Philip, that I talk to on a consistent basis, like that I consider like internet friends. Like it's crazy how the fishing community can like, I don't know, maybe I'm getting sappy, but bring people together like that. It's awesome, and to share ideas and stuff. But I did see Philip talk about earlier the Bruin. It's from the company's Bruin. I don't know who owns them, but they make the Paul Elias Baitcaster. He loves that thing. I know FX Custom Rods had a thing where you can get like one of those reels and like a rod for like a certain price, but he loves that reel. I've never tried it. I don't know anything about them, but he also said another cool thing. Like, for example, my content has introduced Bass Geek, Burley, Gramps, Oklahoma's Worst Angler, Tackle Junkie. And that's what I mean. Like, we all have, similar stuff. You can all learn from all of us, watch, all these different channels and support. That's so freaking cool.
I could see someday down the road, post Rona, that we could do a meetup up in the Midwest somewhere, and that would be awesome.
Oh, I'm completely down for sure. The cool thing is, like, there's a number of people that aren't, that far, which is kind of crazy to think about that, we could meet.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Fish in the Southeast says Dizzle runs from spiders like I run from ticks. Yeah, dude, I freaking hate ticks. That's the only like insect that.
Russell said, I literally pulled the first tick out of my leg this year. That was fun.
Oh,
I blame you for that one.
It's an annual thing here in Indiana. We always 3, 4, 5 times a year. I mean,
they were bad this year.
When we would go bank fish, it just
hate them. Marling, do you think I could get Marling on live? I'll have to ask Nate. Nate's a super good guy. We talk not as much anymore, but I've been over to the bait cave. Super nice guy. Randy and I randomly met him one night. There was some dude in a truck like creeping up on us. We're like, who the hell is this guy? And then it's like Marling. He's like, hey guys. I'm like, oh, what's up, man? He's a super nice guy. Yeah, if you haven't checked out his channel, you want to talk about somebody that's freaking talented at painting and making baits. That dude is stupid talented. Himself and Mr. Rundle in the bait cave and making plastics, hard lures. Go check out his stuff. I guarantee you've already heard of him if you're watching me. There was one other one in here. I wanted to find it. Sizzle, LOL, drizzle. I don't know what that means for Randall. Let's see, where was it? This or that? Oh, Chris did ask this. So this was one. Okay, we'll end on this one. Fish and talk to end it. Sorry about my squeaky chair. So this or that chatterbait or spinnerbait for fall transition. Chris is here in Iowa with me, and he said, what are some lures that, going from the super hot summer months into fall, what are some things you start throwing? What's that kind of transition look like? So for me, it's going to be a spinnerbait. You've got, when you have fish chasing bait, which Randy and I did see that today, we saw, little bait fish flickering on the top, fish chasing them in the grass. Switching from that chatterbait to that from, the green grass lines and stuff, where you normally throw a chatterbait into those grass lines are going to start to die off. You've got bass chasing bait fish. For me, that's the ultimate time to throw a spinnerbait. You can still throw a chatterbait. I know guys that do it, but for me, for sure, hands down, spinnerbait. It's one of my confidence lures, and that's the perfect time. Coming up into fall now, when you've got fish, you hear about the shad lakes where they're pushing them back into the backs of creeks and stuff. We don't really have that on a lot of our small lakes here, but you're still going to have fish chasing. You've got fish eating. Spinnerbait for me, for sure. How about you guys?
I'll have both of them tied on. I'll start, because I'm such a chatterbait homer, but I'll have a spinnerbait tied on as well, just to see which one they want. I think the 2 blades, especially 2 willow leaves and a small trailer to kind of match the hatch this time of year when they really are chasing those. Yeah. But I'll start with a chatterbait.
I'm going a smidge different, and I'm going to probably have a chatterbait and an underspin.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say that. I would have put money on it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
I love underspins. I have no idea why I haven't found them sooner.
Randy slays with the underspin. I will definitely give you that, dude. I knew that. I should have wrote it down and held a sign up as soon as you said it. But all right, well, Fishing friends, really we are getting out of here. Fishing with Gramps. Where can everybody find you? Anybody that hasn't checked out your channel, where are you at? What's your name? Give us
YouTube.com/Fishing with Gramps, just like that.
Fishing with Gramps. That's simple. And you're Fishing with Gramps on Instagram too, right?
Yep. I've got some underscores between the names just because of the way they do things, but that's where I'm at on Instagram. Yep.
Cool. Awesome. Well, dude, thank you so much for hopping on with Mr. Randall and I. We appreciate it. Thank you, everybody out there who watched us and supported us tonight, everybody that donated. Thank you all so damn much. It means a lot to me. Like I said, I can talk fishing all the time. So thank you all. We'll see you again next Saturday night. Love you all, and we'll see you next time.